Congresswoman Marcia Fudge of Ohio is chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, which is holding its annual legislative caucus in Washington this week, hence my presence here in D.C. And Congresswoman, Senator Kaine just said that the most controversial part of the president's plan was the arming and training of Syrian rebels. Would you agree that that is more controversial than airstrikes inside of Syria? By the way, airstrikes which we have not discussed with the sovereign country that we are bombing.
He's absolutely right.
Okay.
I think that is the most controversial piece, because there's so many of us who do not believe, first off, that there is a moderate opposition. Secondly, we know that this whole concept of training the moderate opposition is going to take more than a year. Mm-hmm. We're talking about as many of maybe 5,000 over a year, but ISIS is a threat now. Right. They have more than 30,000 fighters and tons of money. Yeah,
and you voted against it. You voted against that port that was connected to the continuing resolution, which in and of itself might be a questionable thing for a lot of Americans, why it wasn't a standalone vote. So you voted against that piece. Do you support what's happening right now in Syria? I do. And why? I always believed that the airstrikes was the way to go. Okay. I think that once you start to train people, once we're on the ground, to me that's mission creep. Yeah. And I just don't want to see us do that. I think as long as we can make some real significant progress by airstrikes, and this is the bigger piece, to bring our allies in. Yeah. I think that is what has made this, and is going to make it, a very successful event, a successful effort. But I do believe that the president was right when he says that other nations, Arab nations, need to stand up, and that's what I'm pleased about today. Yeah, but should Congress, I mean, we do have this really bizarre situation where we are now conducting airstrikes inside Syria. We have a military action going. The president is calling members of Congress and briefing them in on what is happening, but Congress isn't here. Should Congress come back and have a separate, distinct debate and vote specifically on what you have to say is our war we are conducting in Syria? Shouldn't Congress come back and vote on that? Yes, Congress should never have left, except for that what we have is a majority who doesn't want to take a vote before the election. They say, in this instance, the president has all the authority he needs. Yeah. But then you'll turn around and they say, no, you know what? He shouldn't have done that. So they use executive authority too much, except for when they want to get out of town. Exactly right. What would John Boehner, I mean, ostensibly the Republicans who've spoken, most of them, except for the Justin Amaches of the world, the more libertarian members, are in favor of these airstrikes. What would John Boehner, what would there be to worry about in coming back and holding a vote? His people being reelected. That's what he'd worry about. They do not want to take any vote that is difficult about anything, whether it be war, immigration, voting rights, nothing. Stunning, stunning. Congresswoman Marcia Fudge, well, you're here in D.C., and I appreciate you being here on with me today. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right.